Hey everybody, how many of you remember telephone answering machines? I don't remember what year they came out. I think maybe it was around the 1980s. That's when I got my first answering machine. I think it was early 1980s. They were such a great invention where back in the day before cell phones, for those of you who aren't baby boomers and don't remember this, we all had landlines. And so if you were out, someone would call you and the phone would just ring and there was no way to leave a message. And then somebody invented telephone answering machines. There would just be a little box you'd sit on your countertop next to your phone. And somehow, I don't remember how, but I guess there was a way you would plug in your phone and then you would record a message and say, "Hi, you've reached the so-and-so residence. We're not here right now. Please leave a message and we'll return your call when we get home." Something like that. Something I hadn't thought about since we got rid of our answering machine, once we got our cell phones about, I don't know, when was that? 15, 20 years ago? It hasn't been that long, really. We were living here in Palm Springs, so I think we probably still had a telephone answering machine here. It's funny how I've just completely forgotten most of that, and I had completely forgotten about answering machines until my brothers were here visiting recently. Some of you may remember those videos that we did together. And my brother John said, we were looking at old pictures, old family photos and things. We were looking at pictures of my grandfather and grandparents. And my brother John said he felt bad because he couldn't remember what my grandfather's voice sounded like. I remember years ago thinking, gosh, I'm afraid I'm going to forget what my grandmother sounds like or my grandfather sounds like or friends who died, what they sounded like. And to a degree you do forget, I think. And it's really a sad thing for baby boomers because we didn't grow up in a time where we had cell phones where we could record videos of our friends and family members while they were still alive and we could watch them back and hear their voices. But I do remember over the years hearing about certain people who saved messages on their telephone answering machine. So I think it was just a little tape. It was like a tape recorder. It was a kind of a little miniature tape recording device like you'd have in a tape recorder, which some of you probably don't remember those either. And so you would put it in and then you would have to, you could listen to the message back and forth. And I do remember hearing of people saving some of those messages from friends or family or loved ones. I don't know if any of you did that, but I'm really curious if you did. I wish that I had saved some of the messages from friends and family who had called and left messages. It just never occurred to me back then to do that I would ever one day want to hear their voices again and not have a way to hear their voices. I hope some of you were smart enough and had enough forethought to capture some of those voices of friends and family members who are no longer with us, but you still have their voice. There's just something about having someone's voice that's so much better than just a picture. Pictures are really nice. Old photos, I love old photos, but to be able to put a voice to those old photos is so much nicer. We did have Super 8 cameras back then, but they didn't have audio. My grandfather used to use the Super 8 to film. He didn't do it very often, and I only have a few from back in the 1950s and 60s that he filmed. And it's nice to see us all when we were younger and see my grandparents. I mean, that's really, really great to still have those, but there's no voice. I guess technology wasn't advanced enough yet to have voice and recording and filming with Super 8s. So unfortunately, I don't have their voices, my grandparents' voices on anything. Cell phones came along, like I say, 10, 15 years ago. I really started filming a lot on my cell phone. And so I do have quite a few clips of my mom over the years. I'm so glad I filmed her, so I still have her voice and her laughter because she used to laugh a lot and she was very funny. And I'm so glad I have that, at least from the last 10, 15 years of her life. It would have been so much nicer to have that from earlier in her life as well.
Toy!
Yay!
Toy!
Hold on, wait!
It's okay.
I gotta reset my
Donna
phone.
did good.
That's
okay. You have another
Oh,
one.
we did it!
And I think I have one clip of my brother Billy, who died. He died at the age of 55. He died young, about, I guess it was 10 years ago. We were talking about that. He would have been 65 this year. And my brother Robert, while we were talking about this topic, he said he saved on his cell phone the very last message that Billy left him. And I think it was just a day or so before he died. So we're sitting in Robert's rental car, which is really nice. What is this?
This is a Chevy Equinox.
Equinox.
Yeah.
It's huge. Oh, okay, you're going to have plenty of room for your bags back there.
Yes.
All right, so anyway, you're going to play us Billy's message. And this was, when did he leave that? Was it like
so this
just
was 2015, so this would have been February. So when did he pass away? In like April.
Okay, so just a couple of months
Yeah.
before he died.
Yeah, just a couple months before he died. And I've kept this on my phone now for 10 years.
And I don't remember you ever mentioning that.
Oh, I thought I had said that I had it on there just so that I...
Well, maybe you did. I forgot.
What are you doing, young man? Everyone's a young man to be after yesterday.
What did he say? What are you doing, young man?
Yeah, he says, what are you doing, young man? Well, everyone's a young man compared to me, I guess.
Oh. All right, you're just as sentimental as me.
Well,
Sentimental old fools here.
I think a lot of people, like you and I were talking on the way over here, you're afraid you're going to forget what does that person sound like. And,
Yeah.
you know, you're worried about that. So
Yeah. Now, do you remember what Grandpa sounded like?
I don't.
Okay, you don't
Because I
either,
think
yeah.
I was
Yeah, you were even younger.
6
than-
or 7
Yeah.
when he passed away.
Yeah, and he, like I said, toward the end, I mean, the last few years of his life, he didn't really say a lot. You know, he just kind of sat around drinking his beers,
If you
smoking
had a bunch
cigarettes.
of little grandchildren running around, you probably wouldn't have a lot to
we were
say
driving
either.
him crazy.
Oh,
I'm sure he
we
was
were.
probably, oh my God, when are they going home?
Just like Jim yesterday. Like, is it time to leave already? Ooh.
No, he was happy. Well, I mean, he earlier came out to well, he's definitely a man of few words too, isn't he? How about you guys? Do you have recordings of your family and or friends who are no longer with us that you either recorded on a telephone answering machine or a cell phone or some other recording device? Were you smart enough to think about keeping those or even recording them in the first place? Share with us in the comments. I don't know what it is about someone's voice, but it's so unique and it's really nice to hear their voice after they're gone. It's like hearing a voice from the grave. I'm going to go back and see if I can find that video of my brother Bill. It's probably one of my very first recordings. We were in Quartzsite at my mom's. I think it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. I think it was Bill and John and Robert. I think they were all there. And if I can remember right, so I'm going to go see if I can find that clip. And if so, I'll play it here.
Here we are, Thanksgiving. Say something.
Happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys.
And she didn't invite crazy dog lady over?
Who's crazy dog lady?
June.
Oh, yeah, what happened to Jim?
And here we are,
Happy
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
2009. Happy Thanksgiving.
Crazy dog. Yeah, that
Another
dog.
happy day. Let's not forget Jim.
I already said happy
Oh
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
in the
only
first
once a day is his limit.
So as always, thanks for sharing the memories, everybody. And I hope to see you again to share some more memories on the next video.